wanted to talk today about what I see people bumping into when they're trying to define their work, particularly using email as an example. And as we have shared, most people need about an hour a day throughout the day, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes here, to clarify and organize their stuff. And a lot of stuff nowadays is in the email inbox. And one of the things that I have noticed over the years is that there are three reasons, I find three main reasons why people are still leaving things in their inbox. One is they don't have a trusted place to put it, which is a huge reason. If you don't trust that you can take an email out of your inbox, you're going to leave it in there. The second reason is that you have not spent enough time clarifying and organizing your emails. And the third is you haven't finished the thinking. I mean, how many times, and I've certainly experienced this, where you open up an email and you're like, oh, geez, I don't want to think about this, or I don't know what to do with this. That I think is really interesting, because I think that so many people, when they come into their email inbox, they scan it and they respond to the ones that they know the immediate answer to, or they can respond immediately. And then what you're left with is those ones that you really have to kind of do some thinking, like we're really unpacking it into outcome and next action thinking. But also, as I said, the first example is not having a trusted place for it. Well, let's say that you do finally have a trusted place for it, and you are spending enough time clarifying and organizing, and you are finishing the thinking. Then you really have crossed that hurdle of being able to really separate out clarifying and organizing, and then toggling back into your next actions list and your calendar to do your work. And that's the art of toggling back and forth between doing predefined work and defining your work, and doing predefined work and defining your work. And that's that part of that threefold nature of work that I have been talking about, where, again, we also have unplanned that shows up. But I'd like you to kind of think about what is getting in your way of getting those clean edges between clarifying your work and doing predefined work. Is it because you don't have a trusted place to put that email? You haven't finished the thinking, or you haven't spent that hour more or less a day clarifying and organizing? It's kind of like getting into your diagnostics of the threefold nature of work. The other thing to think about is it's a really kind of interesting habit to break, because so many people have been working out of their inbox for so long. They use it as their to-do list. They use it as reference. They use it as their read and review. They use it to track great ideas. They use it to track project support. But the example that I use is your silverware drawer. If you went into your silverware drawer, you separate out your forks and your spoons and your knives. The vast majority of people, because I've been asking this for many years with clients, and there's always that kind of exception, but generally speaking, people do separate it out. Well, why wouldn't you do that in your inbox? Why wouldn't you want to separate out your next actions, and separate out your read and review, and separate out your someday maybes, and separate out project support, and separate out those ideas, and get them out of your inbox? And I go back to the kitchen example of when I go into somebody's kitchen, they don't have everything all out. They have it tucked away. And when they need it, they go grab it. You don't have to have your flour out all the time. You can tuck it away. And when you need your flour, you can grab it. Or, there are some things that you leave on the counter, but most things usually are kind of tucked away because people don't want to visually see it. And so that's one of the main things that we do as coaches, is that you actually can put something away and trust that when you need it, then you can access it.